Hello and welcome to another fascinating season of JaMar Cup Fantasy Football. It's Season 6. Some of you are still here, so I don't hate you. I take that back. You voted to take my name off the trophy, so I do hate you. As you can see, we've upgraded the studio this year. It includes lots of mahogany, so you know it's classy. First off, I would like to welcome the newest member, Vincent Whipple of the Pooper Troopers. Vinny, welcome, and we look forward to never seeing you in the playoffs. Ever. Some things that I would like to point your attention to. If you go to the League homepage, under the League tab, there is a secondary tab that says FFL Toolkit. Now if you click on there are lots of extras that I have included. There's a power rankings. Oh, for real? Somebody wants to text me? Let's see who this is. Oh, it's Brandon Snitker right now says, I'm going for the first half at least. Brandon, no one knows what that means, but I'll get a hold of you when this is done. So, if you go to the FFL Toolkit sub-tab, there is Power Rankings, there is a Draft Recap, there is a section for me to send out enforcers for somebody who doesn't pay their entry fee, Kyle, Scott. There will also be press conferences, which I will randomly have held, where Sports Center will interview me for me talking smack to you. So, for those looking for something else besides me talking all the time, you can go to that page and find me talking more about you. I think you'll like the new power rankings. Joe, you're atop this week, but somebody might want to check that your balls aren't underinflated. Zing! But let's get to the previews. The first one I'd like to get to is the commish myself against Joe with, I hope I'm saying this right, Joe, fractured butthole? I'm not sure. You might have to enunciate that for me. I hope I'm putting the right emphasis on the right syllable. Fractured butthole. Now, it's quite the coincidence that Joe and I are atop the standings, and we both drafted injured reserve players. Seems like collusion, but I'm not going to bring it up. So I got off to a good start with Jamal Charles and Emmanuel Sanders. I think that'll be enough to... For real, Brandon? I'm trying to hold a video here. Yeah. This technology is stupid. I upgrade the studio, but then the technology goes to shit. Anyway, I feel that Jamal and Emmanuel Sanders will be able to carry me through because Joe pretty much has everyone going at the noon games, which includes Tom Brady going against Buffalo. Tom Brady had his time. Had his 15 minutes of fame. Yeah. Your balls were properly inflated, Tom, but we all know you did it. And Joe, karma. I've been saying it all along. You got your 1 week. Karma will catch you. Next, I'd like to look at the matchup of Snit Squad versus Johnny Heismanzel. Now these two guys, Brandon and Aero, I consider to be two of the top 3 players in this league, after myself, of course, and one of them will be 0-2 after this week. Brandon, as the defending champion, that would not be a good look for you. Aero, I could see how that would be okay for you with Le'Veon coming back, but I mean that's a tough hole to dig out of, especially right away. Zach, this confounds me every day that you won this championship against me, because the season before you won the Dong Trophy, then you won the championship when I had my best team ever, and then last year you tied for last place, and the only reason you didn't get the Dong Trophy is because you beat Dave, which is fine because Dave is terrible. And now you're probably going to win the Dong again this year. So, I'm still confounded. I mean, you draft terrible teams, you draft guys that get injured in the first week or have such terrible track records. They're criminals. So I'm starting to wonder, Zach, if you are a criminal. So enough of you. Let's get to meow meow. Meow meow. Matt, I feel that you're 8 meows short in your team name. Meow. Am I saying enough meow? So my prediction was true. The message boards are a little bit quieter this week. And I feel that that's because you lost to me. You didn't just lose. You got worked. I'm going to change my name. I thought about changing it to Jim Tan Landry, but then I decided I should just change it to The Dick. See how long it takes you to change it to The Dick Crusher. I assume you'll probably win this week because you're playing Zach, but I mean, the message boards will still be quiet. Save myself. Let's see. Who else could we look at here? Dave against Vinny. Whatever. Kyle against Scott. Scott still has the dong shank redemption, so I feel that it's a little unfair, Scott. You know, you didn't come to the draft. You had to work. I mean, whatever. Is that one of those surprise calls the week before? Hey, you're gonna have to work. We sprung this on you. So, I mean, I could hear everybody at the draft, Scott. Who are you talking to? Well, I'm talking to these guys here. Yeah, I'm in this fantasy football league. I'm pretty much the best. Oh, but I'll have the steak tartare mint de-menthe. Is that right, Scott? Is that what I said? Jason knows because he's been there, so I'm sure he'll correct me. But and finally, I guess we'll look at Jason against Mario. I feel that Mario's just setting us up for another slippery slope again. Yeah, you're going to score a lot of points, Mario. We know. It's what you do every year. But then you lose. That's not the name of the game, Mario. Losing. The name of the game is #winning. Hashtag. When you see me on the streets, you flash that #winning. Hey, 1 week's good enough though, right? You don't have Breeze this year, so I don't think you're going to score the most points. But Arian could be coming back next week. You going to play him? He might only get 5 carries, but you might have to play him. So in conclusion, I feel that this has been a pretty lame attempt at smack talk for me this week. So I think I'll end it here. I'm going to get better. I'm coming full bore. Vinny, first impressions, they say usually are the most important, but you just keep watching and I'll get better. It's like a fine wine. I get better as the season goes along with trash talking. Plus it's also like 10:45 in the morning before Sunday games, of which I'm preparing for, mentally, physically, emotionally, for winning. Have a good week too. Catch you on the flip side.